The night Arya Vance died, the building was on fire. Smoke curled through the emergency stairwell, alarms screaming, lights flickering like a dying heartbeat. She was trapped between floors, inside a stalled elevator, flames licking through the metal seams. Her lungs burned, her hands pounded weakly against the doors. "Help, please," and then, the doors pried open from the outside. Fresh air rushed in, relief flooded her chest. Dorian? Standing there, untouched by smoke, was her fiancé. Dorian Hale, alive, safe, unharmed, but he wasn't alone. Clinging to his arm, coughing softly, eyes red but intact, was Elena Cross. The woman Arya trusted most. The woman she had called sister. Arya reached out, fingers trembling. "You came back for me." Dorian didn't move, didn't step forward, didn't even look guilty. Instead, he pulled Elena closer. "We don't have time," he said coldly. Arya froze. "What?" Elena's lips curved faintly, soft, apologetic, cruel. "The elevator's unstable," she whispered. "If we try to pull you out, it might collapse." Arya stared at them. No, you can just help me." Dorian finally met her eyes, and what she saw there was nothing. "You should have stayed gone," he said flatly. Her heart stopped. "I was going to surprise you. I came back early." "A mistake," Elena murmured. Then, the emergency cable snapped. The elevator jerked violently. Arya screamed, reaching for him, for anyone. But the last thing she saw was Dorian turning away, shielding Elena from the falling sparks, as if Arya had never mattered at all. Then, darkness, fire, silence. She woke up, gasping, alive, not burned, not broken, not dead. Arya bolted upright, her chest heaving, no smoke, no fire, no pain, just her bedroom, her mirror, her past. She stumbled to her feet, staring at her reflection. Young, unharmed, unaware. 3 years earlier, the day before her engagement to Dorian Hale. For a long moment she said nothing. Then, she laughed, softly, slowly, dangerously. "Dorian, Elena," her fingers curled against the vanity. "This time, I won't be the one trapped." Act 1. A party that ends in ruin. The engagement banquet glittered with gold and lies. Crystal chandeliers, champagne towers, smiles that hid knives. In her past life, Arya had stood there blushing, grateful, in love, blind. Tonight, she picked up her glass, walked straight up to Dorian, and threw it in his face. The room went dead silent. "What the hell, Arya?" he snapped. She tilted her head, eyes calm. "Consider it a preview." "Of what?" "The end." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Her mother shot to her feet. "Arya, stop this nonsense." But Arya only smiled. "I'm calling off the engagement." Then, she turned, and locked eyes with Elena across the room. Elena stilled, because something was wrong. Terribly wrong. Arya wasn't looking at her with warmth, or trust, or love, but with recognition, like a hunter spotting prey it had already killed once before. Act 2, letting the snake bite. Before, Elena had played weak, fragile, innocent. She stole Arya's work, twisted narratives, turned allies into enemies, destroyed her piece by piece. This time, Arya let her try. Fed her polished lies wrapped as truth. Fake blueprints, altered contracts, carefully planted secrets, and waited. At a major industry launch, Elena stood proudly on stage, presenting a breakthrough project. Applause thundered. Dorian watched with admiration. Arya clapped too. Once, twice, slow, mocking. Then she stepped forward. "Funny," Arya said lightly. "Why does your original file still carry my encrypted watermark?" The screen behind them flickered. Files appeared. Dates, edits, access logs, all leading back to Arya. Elena's smile shattered. I didn't steal it?" Arya finished. "Or didn't think I'd notice." Whispers exploded into chaos. That night, Elena's perfect image cracked, for the first time. Act 3, the man she ignored. In her past life, there was someone she never truly saw, the man who warned her, the man who stood at her funeral in silence, the man who never betrayed her. Cassian Rook, feared, untouchable, ruthless, and strangely, the only one who had ever been on her side. This time, she went to him first. "I need an ally." Cassian studied her like a puzzle he almost recognized. "You're different." "I died," she said simply. "I learned." A long pause. Then, a faint, dangerous smile. "Good." Act 4. Collapse. Everything unraveled, faster than before, sharper, more brutal. Dorian's deals began to fail, one after another. Investors pulled out. Whispers followed Elena everywhere. Truth spread like fire. And Arya controlled the wind. The final act? She chose the same place she died, the same building. Reopened, repaired, but not forgotten. Rain poured that night, heavy, relentless. Dorian frowned as he arrived. "Why here?" Elena's fingers trembled slightly. Arya stepped out of the shadows, dry beneath her umbrella, calm, too calm. Do you remember this building? Dorian scoffed. Why would I? You left me here to burn. Silence. Elena went pale. Dorian laughed nervously. What kind of sick joke? Then Arya began to speak, detail after detail, every word, every glance, every choice they made. Exactly as it happened, and suddenly, they weren't laughing anymore, they were afraid. Ending. Elena fell first, exposed, disgraced, abandoned by everyone she manipulated. Her name became a warning. Dorian? Lost everything. Power, wealth, reputation, piece by piece, just like Arya once did. One night, in the rain, he found her again, collapsed to his knees. Arya, please. I was wrong. She looked down at him. No anger, no love, no pain, nothing. Do you know the saddest part? His voice broke. What? You weren't even worth hating. She turned and walked away. Beside her, Cassian held the umbrella steady over her head, silent, unshakable, like he had always been. And this time, she finally chose the one who never let her burn.